Alright, y'all, here's progress. So this is my latest project, which is a mixture of Marvel United Multiverse and Into the Spider-Verse expansion. Yeah, I've got these all in one box, so I thought I'll give these a go. So I did something a bit new here, which is what I like doing, experimenting. So these were base coated with an airbrush, and they were zenithal highlighted. So what does that mean? First we did the prime, then for the specific colors, like in here for the blue, man, dirty finger, and here for the blue, we did a dark blue, and then at a 45-degree angle did a lighter blue, and then another lighter blue higher on, and for the other colors as well. And you will see similar colors across multiple, like see these three over here have the same greens. Actually this guy had the same green as well, but I decided to paint over it with a different green just to differentiate it a bit. But also you can see with the blues, we use the same blues across a bunch of them. Alright, so let's talk about Mighty Thor here. I use a bit of fluorescent green because that's all I had. The card shows like a highlighter kind of blue, but I didn't have that, so I used fluorescent green here. Yeah, I airbrushed the silver, the metallic on, and then also airbrushed the cape. The rest was hand painted. Fairly happy. For Maestro, you can see that he was both airbrushed with blue and the green, and then I brushed on the purple, the silver, and the gold. I think we also airbrushed on a fair bit of his hair, what I could, and then I just touched up in the areas that I couldn't. Looking pretty good. Still got to work on the base a bit, but I like. I think this guy is Superior Spider-Man. This highlight went a little bit too hardcore on him, so I think I might want to make him a bit darker. I have put a glaze over him to make him a bit darker. I'm not sure what to do with the cape yet. I've got no idea what to do with the base. You can see I've done occasional brushes here and there, and then I've given up on it. But that was that. Moving on to Emperor Doom. The base is still drying. That's just a speed paint Gravelord Grey. Again, airbrushed multiple colors for the vines, and then also airbrushed. I did actually airbrush on his silver, but then after I airbrushed on the Brain Matter Beige for the cloak, that went over a whole bunch of the silver, so I had to redo the silver, and then do the gold tips as well. Pretty happy with that. Loki, such a great TV show. He was only airbrushed with the green, and then everything else was manually painted, as you can probably tell. Probably may need to touch up the pants and maybe the leather a little bit, but man, I am stoked with my effect on the eyes. This is the best result I've done on the eyes so far. Hopefully I continue to get better on it. Pretty proud of this guy. Why? Because this is my second attempt at flames, Ghost Rider. So I airbrushed the flames, and for the highlighted chains, painted that in white. Then I actually used a fluorescent yellow, which actually came out kind of green, so then I went over that with fluorescent orange, and then used a speed paint Zealot yellow to kind of keep the one source lighting going across his what do you call it, his uniform, and then also used that fluorescent orange on the I guess you can see, but I'm pretty stoked. I didn't have fluorescent blue for his side bands, whatever you call it. The base, skulls are pallid bone, and the rock that he's on is Grimlord Grey. Probably need to touch up on his gun, but I'm pretty happy with him. pretty stoked. Spider-Man. Yeah, well, Spider-Man. I was going to color like all the webbing, but I thought that'd be a bit too risky. So just left it kind of as it is. So I've tried to make it highlight the red, but make it subtle. I think I have achieved that. And then got the brick, did a little bit of dry brushing on the brick, and then gravel grey on the base. Still need to finish the base though. This guy's still a work in progress. I still want to do some highlights on the on this magic bit. Frustratingly, like that is the color of the fluorescent yellow over brain matter beige, so not too happy with it. I might go back to radiation glow, which is the orange, and then putting some whites in it to see how glowy it will get. Still working on the eyes, got to do the black dots in it and then a white dot on top of it. And effectively this is mostly airbrushed. The red and the blue is airbrushed. Not bad. Can't remember this guy's name. He had this airbrushed purple, so I think the highlights isn't too stark, so it's not that noticeable. And then the green is what I've put on. I was going to put another color green on it just to highlight it a little bit more. Grey for the rocks, and then I dry brushed it white. And then for this little bit here, that's still drying, so that was blue, then I dry brushed that white for the waves. Now I'll put over a tidal blue speed paint and see how that comes out. Pretty stoked. The rest of them I've got to work on. Anyway, that's my update.